Hello and welcome to Great Deltan. First of all, apologies for the lack of content. It's been a busy July, but I'll explain more of that in the next video. Just quickly, I have got this Graham Farish Class 319 today from my local model shop. It is a unit which I've had my eye on for several weeks now since its release, and I've got it in the Northern Electrics livery, which is the closest one I feel to the West Coast main line. This unit is available in 4 liveries, the other 3 being Network South East, Transport for Wales and Thameslink, which I think are different classes, maybe 1 or 2 of those, but this is the Class 319 in the Northern livery. Now this train of course isn't my usual region, but I bought this because it just looks like an exceptional model, and obviously it's one of the new EMUs by Graham Farish. It's got all the new tooling on, so I will be making quite a few comparisons in this video to the older tooled Graham Farish Class 350, which obviously is quite outdated now compared to this model. I bought this for £297 from my model shop, which is an arguable price, especially with all the inflation recently, but considering all the new tooling it's got and the fact that you only need 1 decoder to run it, I think that's not too bad of a price really, getting over £300. It's sort of similarly priced to the Rails of Sheffield Class 321 that Revolution trains do at £289, so it was only £10 more expensive than that, so I think we're sort of in the right price range there. So what I'm going to do in this video is we'll have a look at the model. I don't know a great deal about the actual unit in real life, so there won't be a talk through of the history or anything like that. We'll just have a look at the model, we'll get it on the track and we'll give it a quick run. Recently I have sold off a fair bit of my stock to pay for certain things, but I managed to purchase this with a bit of money I had saved, so it's nice to get something new and to have something run on the layout again, which I haven't seen. So let's get it open. So we'll take out one of the end cars first, just to have a look at that. They come in your standard Graham Farish ice cube packaging, which is all nice. So you know it's going to be well secured. And there's a fair bit of weight to that for a dummy car, which is nice. So the first thing that's obviously noticeable is the coupling. Now these units are designed to run on just the 1 decoder, which obviously saves money, and also that entails that the entire train should, I believe, have the same sort of pickups all the way along. So if you've got dirty track or there's a bit of loose connection somewhere, your train shouldn't stall because you'll have pickups along the entire train. I can see that all these axles are pickups, so that's nice. And then there's a switch underneath here, I'm guessing for the saloon lighting. I doubt it's for the directional lighting. But the other advantage of this coupling is that the units stay closer together. Now, in comparison to the Farish 350, they just have the standard NEM couplings. So unless you buy shorter ones, the carriages are always a bit of an unrealistic distance apart. And obviously you need 3 decoders to run it, so if you want to DCC fit your 350 completely, you're looking at an extra £60 or £70, where it's just a single decoder on this. These units are very similar to the Revolution 321s in terms of their coupling and the saloon lighting that is built into the unit. So let's get the rest of the train out. I shall try and focus on the front of it so you can see some of the details there. There we are. So it's the well-known striking end of these units, which is not the best looking in real life. They're not the nicest looking trains, but Graham Farish seem to have replicated this perfectly, and it's a well-known train that would be good for any modern era layout, especially in these liveries for the northern ones. On the sides we have the etched windows and the doors, so they're not just like the old tooled sort of coaches. Obviously we've come a long way from that, so they are nice and 3-dimensional. Again, we have the switch somewhere under here? No, we do not. We do not have the switch on this one. I think that's just on the end car, so that could be for the tail lighting. I don't know if there's any way to switch off the saloon lighting on these, but still we'll see what it looks like when it gets on the track. I don't think there's any reason you should actually have to take the bodies off these unless you're adding passengers or something. So far the impression is a very nice model. I think what I've got here is the motor unit. It seems a bit heavier, and obviously it makes sense to have the motor in the car with a pantograph on top, and that is there's a clipped pantograph. I can't seem to release it from the clip. I don't want to break it, so I'll leave that for now. What's nice about these units is the motor is embedded under the train, so there is no interruption to the interiors, unlike the Farish 350s, which have a whole section of the power car interior used for the motor, so you lose a lot of that, whereas it's all uninterrupted on this, and you can see there's all the seating in there, so that's a very nice feature and a rather good upgrade of the new tooling. So that's all the units. We've got our sort of, I'm not sure, they look like a cable box or something on the end. We've got all the decals on the side. It's a very nice unit, I have to say, and I'm looking forward to getting this on the layout. So let's have a quick look at decoder installation. Just quickly, I will point out that these units can be coupled together, much like the DAP or Sprinter units. They have a functional coupling on the front, so you can couple two units together for an 8 car or 12 car running. So we're going to move on to decoder installation now, and the decoder, I believe, does not actually sit in the motor carriage, which would make sense because of the lack of room. You barely know there was a motor in that car. It's so small, and to be honest, the weight difference isn't all that noticeable. So this is the TSOL car, as stated in the instruction manual. There's a small screw in here. I'll just get my screwdriver set. And in order to install the decoder, you need to remove part of this underbody. I'll take the screw out. You need a very fine screwdriver to do this. That body comes out. These units are fitted with a speaker, so if you do wish to add sound to the loco, all you need is a decoder. That's probably why the factor in the price difference as well, because it does come fitted with a speaker. So I'll just fit that decoder in there. I'm not a fan of Next 18 decoders. I do prefer the 6 pins. They all seem to fall out, or they're a bit difficult to install, but this one seems to have clipped in quite nicely. Screw that body back, and then let's get this unit on the track, coupled up, and give it a good run. Okay, we have the unit on the track, and it is all nicely lit up. The internal lighting isn't too blinding, which is a nice feature. I've said this before with the Kato 800. Internal lighting is a feature which I do like, but when it's too bright, it's just so unrealistic. All the passengers would need some sort of sunglasses to reduce the lighting level that goes into their eyes. But this one seems to be a nice ambient level. It's not too bright. They must have used some sort of resistor in there, or just a lower voltage LED. I'll just turn this light off and you might be able to pick up the interior lighting a little bit better. On the back we have our tail lights, and then on the front, obviously you can't see it, we have our headlights working nicely. So yeah, it's a very nice unit, I have to say. The only thing left to do now, I guess, is to run it. Coupling up was pretty much simple. There's nothing wrong with that. You might have to put the unit on its side a bit just so the actual couplings clip in place, but generally they don't seem anywhere near as stiff as the 321s. Now, something I will look for when I run this unit is any light flicker, because the 321s by Revolution, they use their lighting supply from the pickups on each coach, so it's not as part of the main bus which runs throughout the entire unit like the pickups for the motor. So we'll see how this runs with the lighting, as it'd be nice to have anti-flicker bulbs in there. Okay, it's done about 2 laps round now, and we've had no issues with derailing. Obviously we've had no issues with uncoupling because of the fixed couplers, and it's a very smooth running and rather quiet unit, to be honest. I'm very happy with how this runs. I think Farish have done quite a good job on this unit. Looks very nice going around the super elevated curve. As we come round, This is only on a low speed, you can run it on a high speed, but get some nice shots of it coming around the corner here. Like I said in the intro, this isn't really my region, but it's just one of those models that I wanted to buy because it just looks rather nice. So I'm just going to leave that video here. This has just been a short one to look at the new Farish EMUs, the Class 319s, specifically this one in Northern Electrics. These units are still readily available pretty much everywhere, Rousers, Sheffield, Hattons, model shops, you name it. Obviously that has just been released, but hopefully this has helped you if you are considering buying one. They are a very nice unit. I can't seem to find any flaw in this unit, to be honest. It's a very nice train and I'm glad I bought one. So I'm going to have a few more sort of laps with this. I'll take some more videos and I'll leave you with that, and I'll join you next time for some more track detailing. As you can see, this is in process, but more on that in the next video. So thanks again, thank you for watching Great Deltan, and I'll see you soon.